I'm Torrie K and welcome to my channel, The Chocolate Cake Diet. Recently, I finished The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick, and that inspired me to make this beautiful, I hope, steampunk / Hugo themed necklace that you see me wearing right now. So before I give you the tutorial, let me tell you the story of Hugo Cabret.
Hugo is the story of an orphan boy who secretly lives in a Paris train depot and winds the clocks every day. He steals for necessity and takes parts from a toy shop to finish his late father's automaton. When the toy maker catches him, Hugo meets and gets wrapped up in an even greater adventure with Isabelle, the toy maker's eccentric granddaughter. This book is so beautiful and enjoyable to read. A Caldecott winner for its illustrations, the book contains 284 full-page pictures and is a combination of storybook, graphic novel, and film. Like a flip book, it immerses you in the story through pictures. Reading it makes you feel like you time travel to old Paris. Now that you know the story, it's time to get into our necklace tutorial. You will need large and small jump rings, eye pins, and chain. I find thick chain works best for this type of necklace. A key pendant and vine chain the same color as your key. Beads the color of your choice. I went with red in keeping with the general look of Hugo. Glittery end beads, 2 gears, moon charm, and embellishments for your key. I picked a flower and a rhinestone. For your tools, you will need large and small jewelry pliers. The small ones are for the details, and wire cutters. Strong adhesive and toothpicks for gluing your embellishments. I'm using E6000. If all your tools are together, let's craft. I like to prepare the beads for the necklace first. Take your eye pin and slip your bead onto it. Cut off the excess wire, leaving enough to form a loop at the top. Bend the wire back and with your pliers start shaping it. You'll want the ends to meet and, if possible, go into the bead's hole. This just makes it extra secure. Make 2 beads just like that. Using the same technique, make 2 more. This time, also add a little rhinestone end bead to give them a bit more pizzazz. Now let's decorate our key pendant. Using your adhesive, jazz it up with whatever embellishment you chose. This red flower matches my bead, so I'm gluing it to the front and adding a tiny stone at the top. After the glue sets, you can add your dangling chain. I cut 2 lengths of the finer chain, making sure one was shorter than the other. I did this off camera, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Now slip both of the ends of the chain onto your jump ring and attach it onto the key. Repeat on the other end, but be sure your chain isn't twisted before you attach it to the other side. Now grab a small jump ring and the bead you prepared earlier, the one with the rhinestone end beads. Open your jump ring and slip the pendant onto it with a bead at each side before closing it up. To attach your 2 gears together, simply open a large metal jump ring and attach each gear before securing it closed. Next, put another jump ring at each side of the gears. Slip a bead onto each before closing them up. Now that all your individual pieces are ready, it's time to put them on the chain. First, cut the chain to the center. This is where you'll be attaching your main key pendant. Next, lay your chain out and decide where you want to attach your pieces. Since I wanted to keep my necklace short, I just cut off the chain where I would be adding them. Adding a jump ring to the end of your beads, open it up and attach your pieces to the ends of the chain. Now attach your moon charm. For the finishing touch, add the key pendant. One more time, attach a jump ring to the end beads of your pendant. Now slip one side of the chain onto one of them and then onto the other. Make sure your chain is straight. If it's twisted, the necklace won't lay flat on your neck. And you're done! Now it's up to you to discover what magical treasures your key will unlock. Who knows? Maybe it'll wind up an automaton. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post weekly vlogs and craft tutorials, so be sure to check out my other videos. Until next time, bye!